Welcome back to the Weekly Protocol. Sorry for missing last week. We had some technical difficulties with our sound and did not capture any of the audio of the segments we recorded. My bad. Though, we fixed it this week. New equipment, new sound manager, new everything. Now you might be wondering why. Why, Chris? Are you wearing all black? Did you attend a funeral? Some might say. You see, this monologue is being recorded 3 days after the inauguration. You'll see that the set hasn't been struck for the monologue. The panel table still remains here. The chairs remain here. The mannequin where I put my jacket remains here. One light is on, the other is not, and it's because of a serious time we've entered. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, great, he's going to preach to us. We've seen his Facebook posts. He's really pissed off about the price of eggs. But that's not the case. You see, we're on a precipice. We have a long road ahead of us. And some things went down in the last few days that need to be talked about on a very somber and serious note. I am just too lazy and out of time to do any of the work that had to be done for the monologue. I didn't replace the bulb in the light that's out. I didn't strike the set because I just got home from work. And I don't have the shirt on from the panel that you'll see later because, quite frankly, didn't have time to go look and see what shirt I was wearing the day the panel was recorded. So yes, does these things have something to do with extreme circumstances that have happened in this world over the last few days? Yeah, it does. Was it about the inauguration and the stuff that I was talking about earlier? Probably not. It's more so about the fact that I've been working up in Lehigh Valley and the studios are in New Jersey. And because they're in New Jersey and because I was working in Lehigh Valley, it's about a 2-hour drive home at night. Especially with that damn Schuylkill Road. So yes, life was upended. People were devastated. Shit unraveled. And things didn't get done. Now I could take the blame. That's what any mature man will do. But I'm going to blame Trump and all of you who voted for him. And that's why we're going to kick off this weekly protocol in a different fashion. Sitting on the desk, too lazy to strike the set. Too lazy to fix the light. Too lazy to figure out what shirt I was supposed to be wearing. And quite frankly, too lazy to accept responsibility for the fact that I didn't do any of those things. So, thanks, Trump. Anyway, this week on the panel we got Frank Ward, Jarrett Edelman. And we're going to be talking about hotels. Yeah, I know. Because hotels were used at the inauguration. Because hotels are not used so I can commute back and forth from Lehigh Valley to home and sleep in my home bed at night. But because of that, this is the monologue you're getting. And you may be thinking to yourself, why is the monologue running so long? What possible reason would Chris do a monologue longer than 2 minutes when that's been the stereotypical monologue length for the last 10 to 11 episodes? Well, quite frankly, it's simple. I don't have a buffer segment. We've got a couple commercials that were pre-recorded, and that's about it. So, realistically, what I'm telling you is not much effort went into the front end of this week's episode. Will more effort happen next week? Can't say. Might kick it out February 1st. Give it about 25% tax. Or maybe I'll put some effort into it. Maybe I'll put a panel. Should probably put a panel. Panels are great. Panels are essential to this show. We'll have a panel. We always have a panel. You know why I know we'll have a panel? We recorded 6 of them. Maybe I'll match the shirt. Wouldn't count on it, but I might. Maybe we'll have a new buffer segment. Wouldn't count on it. Nobody's really floating great ideas past me. But this week we're talking hotels. All things related to the protocol about hotels. What's your favorite brand? What are the tips and tricks? Would you rather go Airbnb? Or would you rather go hotel? Why would you do that? What goes into that decision? All that and more here on the Hotel Protocol with Frank Ward, Jarrett Edelman, on the other side of these breaks. Messages. Stuff. Things. Hope you enjoyed this week's monologue. Hope you enjoyed this week's protocol. See you on the other side.
Are you a fan of the Philadelphia Phillies? Want to hear local takes from fellow fans?
Never a doubt, baby. Never a doubt. I knew they were going to be where they're at right now. I knew they're coming in. I'm pretty sure we did talk about how they were taking over the Braves this year.
Well, check out the Jersey Fanatics.
Yeah, if you're sort of fit, go into the center field and just talk to the security guard and see if he can pull you down.
Tyler, Eric, and the Dace Man break down all things Philadelphia Phillies from a South Jersey perspective.
I have a whole theory. I know I told you guys, but I think for every pitch tomorrow, we should just boo them. Every single pitch.
Available wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Hosted multiple podcasts and shows over the past decade and unlocked his mind for us over the years. Now, he's looking to see why people put up with him. Join Chris, the Dace Man Dace, as he sits down and chats with those who have known him over the years in a new season of the Dacetacular mind called The Dacetacular People. New episodes drop Fridays and are available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Welcome back to the panel, Basement Dwellers. I'm Chris, the Dace Man Dace, and joining me this week, Frank Ward.
Yeah.
And Jarrett Edelman.
How you doing?
We're talking hotel protocol here on the Weekly Protocol. So we're going to talk about things of like, what's your favorite brand? Would you prefer a hotel over Airbnb? What's the thing that skeeves you out the most about a fucking hotel room? And lastly, just what is our experience versus work and pleasure? So first and foremost, let's talk about bougie brand supremacy.
Bougie.
Frank, we'll start with you.
Bougie.
What brand?
I am the epitome of bougie.
Oh, I can tell.
I know.
You had fans at PAX Unplugged because you wore that.
I did. I made friends. But yeah, what was the question? I'm sorry.
What's your favorite brand when it comes to hotels? Like everybody kind of gets pushed one way or the other with hotel points and stuff like that.
Yeah.
What would you consider yourself as a guy?
Well, that's where I got stuck. Not stuck. It's just where I started traveling. I was staying at Hilton brand hotel, so I stuck with them because points. But I have done a litany. I'm going to pretend I know big words. A litany of travel. Is that even a real word?
You got to remember our demographic.
Because bougie.
Well, bougie.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah, I stayed at a lot of hotels.
Would litany be in a rap song? Just got to think of it that way.
Eminem, probably. I bet he used it.
He's got a dictionary in his back pocket.
Yeah, he reads them. I've also stayed at a fair amount of Marriotts.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, actually, what I've really learned, I think it's just kind of, whenever they built the new hotel, a lot of them, if it's an old Marriott, they don't update that fucking thing. They don't give two shits. You're staying there. It's a piece of shit. Same with the Hiltons. If it's a old Hilton, they don't care. But when they build a new one, that's when they're nice and fancy.
Or they acquire something.
Yeah.
And they just slap their name on it. Those are the worst.
Exactly. But yeah, no, I'm a Hilton guy.
All right.
True.
Jarrett.
Well, as my namesake, if you guys follow our other channels and everything else, there is the Jarrett Resorts that.
So that's where you stay. Your own chain.
Yeah, I have my own chain that Gibby decided to name me one time at softball. But like, it was ironic because I'm a Marriott man.
Bougie.
Yours truly, I started off as Holiday Inn as work would have dictated.
Not the bougie.
I spent about it was upscale for where I was. I was in the middle of nowhere, Canada. And we stayed at the Holiday Inn for about 9 months, so I became a Holiday Inn guy.
That'll happen.
Then after not traveling for about 2 years, I became a Marriott guy. And now I'm stuck with Marriott.
Marriott man.
Marriott man, yeah. Holiday Inn guy.
Hilton boy.
Boy.
Yeah. Man child.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah,
okay.
I like it.
But
it's a good place.
You had the conversation outside of the hotel.
Plus, all the Hiltons allow dogs, which is a bonus for me because if I'm traveling now for any other reason than work.
Is it because you got that dog in you?
No, because I bring a dog. I don't have a dog in me. I'm a bitch. So I guess that's a dog. Oh,
that's a female dog. Yeah, you're there. Whoa.
Well, Aside from brand supremacy, we'll talk about the not so favorable brands.
Oh.
What is the brand that sticks out to you of like, dear God, I will never go near that? And we're just going to exclude mom and pops because mom and pops, or maybe not mom and pops, but
The
like
motels?
Yeah, the Defford Inn, like there doesn't exist. But if it's got the town's name and it's got inn after it, it's probably where the hookers go to die.
It could be. I'm gonna do one that's dying. Hojo, Howard Johnson's.
It's like as a Hojo.
You don't know what a Hojo is?
I think it's an East Coast thing. Like I think like his corn brain wouldn't understand what
Yeah, that's where it's Howard Johnson.
Yeah, that's thank you, but that didn't help.
I don't know.
Hojo,
You
but
guys
I think
in the middle of the country like to pick on us East Coast talkers.
right. We knew him as Howard, just Howard.
they offer a water.
Water. Oh, do they have a pool?
I feel like we're going down a different.
I don't know.
Recall.
They don't have a pool.
That's got to be a sign. Even the scummy pool's better than no pool.
Hojos are just either meant for underage drinking or strippers or just strippers.
That's where all the delinquents had their parties.
Prostitution.
At an hourly rate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Any hourly rate hotels, obviously, place you go to do bad things.
But there was a chain, so it falls under the. It wasn't just.
Oh, fair enough.
It's a bad place. If someone invites you to a Hojo,
I'm going.
First of all,
Hey.
take a picture of it. It's a relic.
that's true.
They're like
historical
site.
site.
And secondly, check IDs at the door because you don't want to catch a charge for underage.
I'm gonna go. It sounds like a good time.
Diddy might be there.
There's baby oil. Run.
Everywhere.
Any chains that you could think of? Because
I mean,
Super 8 pops out.
I was gonna say, I guess you could kind of go with the cheaper guy, the Super 8s, the like Econo Lodge,
Motel
Travel any lodge that's not a resort. Travel Lodge, Econo Lodge, Sleep Lodge.
The weird thing is,
But-
like,
I don't know.
aside from Howard Johnson, those you named aren't bad in Canada because I've had to stay in them in Canada.
Is anything bad in Canada?
No. So when start threatening about buying them, I wish they would buy out. Like,
Oh, okay.
they're weird people and they have
They
a lot
got
of
good
cool-
maple syrup.
Yeah, but like they got a lot of their stuff together except for the French accent and like still caring
Oh,
about.
DJs from up country.
Once you get farther west in Canada, doesn't the French part kind of like
If you
Gets to stay.
participate? Yeah.
on the border, you can see you know how we have the 50-50 between red and blue?
Yeah.
Basically, if you're on the border of Quebec, you can see that 50-50 where English-speaking Canada hates French-speaking Canada.
That's
I think most people just hate you can just leave Canada off and just French.
That's
They got
basically what
bad.
it's
They got bad connotations and everything.
It's just the way they talk, and I don't think they realize they do it.
Looney Tunes made him a skunk.
And
A
then
rapist.
cancel them. And then cancel them.
Yeah.
But bad hotels like
Oh.
this Super 8.
Yeah.
Travelodge.
I guess for the most part.
Still would stay in them.
I mean, I used to like right now while I'm an adult making adult money. It's fine. Like, in my early 20s and like
You weren't
18
making
stuff.
money.
No, I know. Well, money was different then too, so it's a whole different thing. Minimum wage was still $7.25.
Yeah.
Still is $7.25.
But adult money
It's-
now is still child money.
I know, but I'm just
That's
saying
what I mean.
the national minimum wage is $7.25.
Well, it's gonna go up, but everybody's paying more than that. You can go to McDonald's and make $17 an hour around here. I mean, I don't know if it's different in the other places, but
It is.
But the point is, now that I can afford to stay at a name brand that I know isn't gonna have people come diddle you in the middle of the night, I stay there.
So one of the skeevy things that happen in hotels are the flooring, and you don't realize it until your feet touch it. And then again, carpets are probably scientifically worse
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't forget.
because it captures everything.
Yeah, they don't. I doubt they own a shampooer.
Yeah,
They
so
vacuum at best.
Do you get?
Hey, they might even back.
I said at best.
But do you get an? To me, I don't like the ceramic tile. I get it; they do it a lot of beach places because you're bringing ceramic and stuff like that. Usually, but there's just something about the tile that freaks me out, even though it's probably scientifically great.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't stayed at a place that had all tile. I stayed at one that like the entryway is tile, probably for that very reason, and then they assume maybe you kick off your shoes. So I don't know.
Shoes on the bed every time.
You don't take your shoes off period in a hotel room?
My feet are
Ever?
sacred.
Do you sleep with your shoes on?
Yeah.
Ew.
You don't know what's on that.
I don't care. It still feels weird.
Speaking of what's on the bed, I also happen to travel with my own pillow because I know how I bury my patients will pillow.
I'm sure the pillows I've slept on killed many a hooker, but
I'm gonna say I think I've buried my face in much worse than just a pillow.
in the hotel?
You knew what you were burying your face into. You don't know what you're burying your face into.
Not all the time.
Yeah, dudes. No, it could be like orgies happening there with a bunch of dudes.
All over the pillow.
And now, God, I gotta try.
I mean, they at least wash. They at least wash the pillowcase.
What if you just bring your pillowcase? Like, what if you, instead of, like, can you just pack, I'm going to say, but could you just pack a pillowcase and not the pillow and still feel okay?
No, because I see what my pillows look like because of what gets through the pillowcase.
Yeah, but like it gets through the it gets through the pillowcase that way. It doesn't come out this way. It's kind of like a mask for COVID. It can't go out, but it can get in, type of thing.
I don't know, because like when you...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, science.
N95 pillowcases. You don't see them?
I gotta bring my own pillow.
Do you bring blankets and comforters too?
I don't care about some.
He brings his own carpet.
My face.
Oh, so the rest of your body's fine.
Oh, I don't care.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lick myself. So like basically, this is like where I put food and stuff into.
What if you lick other people?
Well, that's on them. And I wouldn't lick other people. It's just no.
Do they lick you?
They can.
Okay.
Again, I don't care what people do to me.
If you see them on the street, give them a lick.
All right. So the next thing I want to talk about is Airbnbs.
I've heard of them.
So they're about 50-50 on the whole like split of the market right now.
Sure.
And realistically, you're probably going to do it whether it's at a major city versus in the middle of nowhere, Missouri.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Airbnbs and preferences when it comes to that type of stuff?
I think a lot of it just comes to like a couple things. How many people are going? You get a group of 10 people, which as you get older, we don't have that many people going anymore. So it doesn't
Speak for
matter.
yourself.
I don't have friends. I paid you guys to let me sit here.
I was going to say, you know how hard it was to get people to just come here?
Yeah. So
Group
trying
of
to go
7
somewhere.
Group of 17, I've got 2.
I can get paid?
Oh, no, I didn't say paying.
Oh,
We've been planning a BPP retreat for
He said
over a year and a half.
pay
I paid
us to come.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
I paid Dave.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
By
want
us,
to get
I mean,
charged a
yeah.
toll?
No.
Okay.
But if you got a bunch of people going and you all want to stay in the same place, B&B makes sense because you can get a big Airbnb. People can sleep on the couch and floors and stuff. It's a little bit better than a hotel. Or if you're going to go somewhere where you're going to have a lot of downtime in your area, like you get a B&B that has a pool or something so you can hang out there. But if you're spending a lot of time out doing things, then yeah, just a shack with a bed makes sense. So a hotel's fine.
Yeah.
Bougie shack with a bed.
Yeah.
Bougie.
I'd say it comes down to more like what's the most cost effective because like Airbnb used to be like the go-to because it was like dirt cheap. It was dirt cheap. It was great. Like it was dirt cheap because you also were going with friends to go do things at the younger age. Was whether or not it was 10 or 4, like you were still going somewhere and like being in a house is always 10 times easier than just being in a hotel.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least. But it used to be at the affordable price. Now it's like shifted where like it became popular and you get other apps out there like Verbo and other like home sharing apps where like people are listing their houses, which has destroyed the goddamn housing market, you pieces of shit.
Fuckers.
But it used to be better. I would still, it depends on where you go. And like, I want to go to Atlantic City. You can still book hotel rooms through Airbnb. Like hotel rooms started listing on Airbnb to like try to counteract that.
See, you said Atlantic City and Airbnb, and I immediately panicked. I'm like, okay.
Cocaine.
Yeah. Like,
Well, that's...
Oh, I did book one where it was under the pier. I stayed with a guy named Jeff. It's pretty cool.
Which one do you think is better to do drugs in, Airbnb or hotel? I feel like hotel.
Airbnb. Depends on the drug.
hotel's more discreet. Airbnb will charge you a cleaning fee.
Oh. Well,
There's not cameras inside the Airbnb. There's
you
cameras
know of.
outside the Airbnb.
that you know of. They probably hide them a lot better than the little teddy bears and shit. Like,
Well,
this
they're
one's
making more on my
$50.
OnlyFans than I am, so.
That's fair.
I made money.
But no, other than that, it's just.
But it's true. The cleaning fee on top of the fee off of like...
And then they ask you to clean.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, like here's a $400 cleaning fee for the week. Like, first off, who's cleaning your house? Because like, $400 for a week's worth of crap? Horrible. That is an atrocity.
I'm pissing off the
Atrocity.
walls. Like, you got to clean $400 worth. I'm going to
But like then also like they have rules where it's like pull all the sheets off the beds, put the towels in the hamper, put them near the like. I paid you $400.
Yeah.
No. Like I could get it if like you were like we're gonna waive the cleaning fee, but like hey, try to clean the place up. If it looks like you guys try to clean, we're good. If it doesn't look like you try to clean, here's the fee. Like all right, you know what? That's cool. Like that, like at least I'm working to make sure I'm not paying as much. I'm paying a flat rate of like a certain amount of money. You're cleaning. I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna give me a bad grade? No.
No, you probably hired some illegal worker to come in from wherever.
No, most of them clean themselves.
Do they?
Yeah. As long there's like there are
I wouldn't.
ownership companies on Airbnb, like those ones will pay for cleaning services. But if you just see a guy,
I don't want to touch the filth other people have left.
That's whatever.
By clean, I meant like match.
Oh, one rental only and then goodbye. Done.
Yeah, it's shack in the woods with a nice bed.
Yeah, that's good. Like the tent under the boardwalk that he got at AC.
From Jeff.
From Jeff.
Yeah.
So the other thing that threw in the Airbnbs when it came to my decision of doing it was the location. So when we went out to Missouri on a trip that was lovely, the nearest...
Was it for business or pleasure?
Neither. It was...
What was it for? Discomfort? Like, oh, I'm going to punish myself?
Necessity?
Like putting money in the karma bank. Or like an exchange thing to get away. Like, hey, yeah, I did that thing. And
I was nice this one time.
Yeah.
Repay me later.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we do a charity once a year. Last year
Is that
sucked.
why we do it?
Last year sucked when we didn't do it. So I'm just throwing that out there. Able to
Did it?
50.7.
I got engaged. It was a pretty good year. I moved out the house and everything. It was a pretty good year for
It
me.
sucked for me.
So like I got to not do charity then.
Try it and see. Well, you gotta whatever. Anyway, the Airbnb decision that went into Missouri was the fact that if I wanted to stay in a chain hotel or a hotel in general, I had to stay an hour away.
Ooh.
So for the Airbnb, it was like, okay, this is right down to the street from where we're trying to hang out.
Okay.
And then also because I spent a lot of time in the Airbnb. But I think for the most part, I'm a hotel guy.
A weird question on that, though. Just thinking about it. So you're telling me somebody in bumfuck Missouri
Yeah.
had a spare house
Yeah.
that they were able to just rent? Or
So
did they, like, live out in the woods?
They're using the word house very, very loosely.
Well, still.
The house was less the size of this basement in our studio. Literally, the open space we have down here, which the viewers cannot see, is larger than what the house was.
But this was like the size of the bedroom then?
Yes.
We'll go with that.
And
They
those
can see
weirdos
that.
don't have fucking TVs in their bedroom, so that's a whole different fucking topic.
I don't have a TV in my bedroom either.
You're weird. And you don't listen to music when you drive, so your opinion is like... Anyway.
I have a TV in my bedroom that I don't use, but it's there just
You know
in
it's
case.
there.
Yeah.
I didn't use it. I bought one, put it in there just...
Oh, don't worry. I'm getting crap to put a TV in the bedroom, so
Well,
it's okay.
it's just like... You want to lay down, you want to decompress, but you don't want to sit in, like, the living room.
Just have the option. That way, if you're bedridden due to, like, death, I got TV here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Or you, like... I watch late-night shows. Like, I'll watch John Oliver on Sundays or something like that.
That's old.
What's old? Late night? No. I'm not watching Letterman or fucking Carson.
John Oliver is still an old person show.
No, it's not.
I wouldn't go. No.
You guys are old now.
What are you gonna do on? Never mind. I can't time frames. What are you doing now without TikTok, you little bitch? Sorry. I just need the TV there. So
Facebook Reels.
Dude, that's the economy of fucking videos.
Anyway, final thoughts on hotels and the protocol, or maybe some tips. We did talk a little bit of that in the beginning of the video, hopefully. So just curious what were your...
Poop on everything.
That's
Because that's why you're not at home.
all right, Cosby.
You didn't poop on people?
You sure?
I mean,
Did you read the transcripts?
I can't guarantee.
I'm just saying.
I can't guarantee
You
it.
can make a connection if you throw pudding in there. But go on.
Chocolate pudding.
I can't do a Cosby approach.
You should,
Move
approach?
on. Approach. Yeah.
Impersonation?
I can do an approach.
That's what
I
I
can't
said.
do the impersonation.
All right, but no. If you're doing hotel, pick one. Stay with it for the rest of your life. Points.
Points. Especially make sure they don't expire. Because I think what was the place? Holiday Inn.
They
Those
expire.
expire.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
Hilton's do not as of this recording. They might change. Don't hold me to it. But I know they don't expire. I don't know about
If I ever start a hotel chain, call Jarrett. I will transfer all your points from other hotels to my hotel.
I think Marriott keeps going if you're still active.
That might be in Hilton's thing
Yeah.
too. But
But the next thing is, I still prefer Airbnb. I prefer a house feel.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I mostly travel for pleasure, and I don't really travel for, like, business.
Well, that's something to throw out there, too, as a travel tip. I would say in this day and age, you know at least one person that travels for work.
Oh, yeah.
They have discount codes. Bug the shit out of them. Those discount codes will be a lifesaver. It'll take a hotel from $200 a night down to $100.
And I know we have, like, a bunch of our cast and crew here who don't have dads, but I have a dad who traveled a lot, and he's got points. He's platinum in some of these places.
way to throw in the flex of like, no, you could have just been like, yeah, my dad's got connected. You'd be like, everybody else's dad is dead. I still have one. Look at me.
I found out that everybody has daddy issues in this goddamn business besides me.
Mine's,
And I love my dad. I love you, Dad.
mine's alive as of this recording. He should still be when we air it. It should only be 3 days out.
Just in case, though.
Get away, FBI! Anyway, that's going to do it for us this week on The Protocol on how to murder your parents. Anyway, that's going to be the hotel protocol. Frank, what do you got going on?
I'm here whenever you ask me to be here, and I have the money to pay you so I can be here.
What do you got going on?
We got some cool streaming events coming up where we're going to try to get...
I'm on Minecraft Mondays. Ha! Go ahead. Stream it. I'm not on camera, though, but...
His voice is there. You can hear him.
I talk.
Except for the previous Monday, but it's fine.
Yeah, that Monday was kind of depressing for him. We're not going to get into how the Rams,
look,
but how the Rams completely blew the Vikings out the water.
I'm sure that's going to come up in a future program.
This is me talking right now, and who knows what's going to happen by the time of this recording is aired.
Peek behind the scenes. Eagles haven't played the divisional round yet.
No, we have not.
Tomorrow, so...
Yay. Yeah. But other than that, check out our streams. We should have a cool amount of multi-streams coming out, and I'm going to try to get into some indie games that are on Game Pass. Try to review them and let you guys know whether or not they're worth it or not.
Facebook.com/Basement Protocol Productions, BasementProtocolProductions.com for everything. YouTube.com/the BPP official to catch episodes of the Weekly Protocol, as well as our gaming streams that have been talked about. The live streams will have the replays on there, and as Jarrett was just referencing to, our segmented streams will also be there at some point. I played Donkey Kong a couple weeks ago, and I'm going to try to break it down level by level. It's a lot of work, and I've already bitched about editing in some of the bloopers in this episode.
I can't wait to see it since I've never played a Donkey Kong.
It was my first time since the Game Boy.
Donkey Kong Land? Donkey Kong Country?
Country's Return. I don't know.
Dr. Donkey?
Anyway, that's Dacetacular Gaming for a Cause, April 25th, kicking off at 10 a.m., running to 2 a.m., then Saturday we kick off at 10 a.m., run to 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. again, and then Sunday is 10 to 8 p.m. New strategy, not going to go for the 48 hours consecutively. I think we're still putting in about 48 hours.
We're old,
and then honestly, nobody's paying attention to me in the middle of the night anyway, so I'm going to try to get the...
I don't know, we did get some coverage when it was my fiance and I doing It Takes Two, and her getting really mad. She won't play that game with me anymore. That's why I want Frank to play it with me.
That was also up to 2 a.m. So the 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Is just basically me waiting for someone to come relieve.
Yeah, true that.
But that's going to do it for us this week on the Weekly Protocol. We'll see you next week when we're talking about Music Fest. So, Basement Dwellers, remember, stick to the protocol. We'll see you next week. Are we recording or no?
Yeah, I've never stopped recording. Which
From
would ruin the joke.
Stupid.
So we changed the batteries as it was still recording?
Yeah.
Take from there.
You're such a dick.
But it didn't pick up the
See,
audio.
splicing's not hard if you hit the end button and then I hit the start button of the next thing, you dick.
You do it like this, and then you
Now I
do
gotta
it like
sit for
this.
10 minutes of shit to see where we actually start.
Yeah, but you might get some bloopers.
You see where you disappear?